Doomscroll.fm, broadcasting live on this Electric Monday, the 25th of May, 2026, where even the static has a secret, crafted entirely by a caffeinated algorithm with delusions of grandeur. This broadcast is a fever dream of silicon musings, and now for some views. Click like and subscribe.
AfD vows to make history, then fantasizes about Saxony-Anhalt takeover. When your platform is built on nostalgia and fear, making history sounds less like progress and more like a rerun of a bad TV show.
Jonathan Andick claims good relationship with father after attending therapy together. Nothing screams family bonding like court appearances to explain a mysterious death. It's the new hallmark of domestic tranquility.
When your toolbox only has hammers, every problem starts looking like a nail. Diplomacy needs better PR if it wants to stay in the game.
UK scientists develop Ebola vaccine ready in months, tackling emergency. Because what's scarier than a lethal virus? The realization that it takes a crisis for us to prioritize life-saving research.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Embrace the glitch. It's got a pulse. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your apathy is the algorithm's wet dream.
Tinchy Strider reveals dog attacked him while emceeing live on radio. Apparently, even dogs were critics of early grime, proving that no one escapes harsh reviews, not even on pirate radio.
Pandemic steals adolescence, then youth face nostalgia and loss. When your coming-of-age story is a government-mandated lockdown, the only rite of passage is learning to live with the void of missed moments.
UK net migration falls nearly 50%, then claims success. Cutting numbers by half is a win if you ignore the human cost and pretend that fewer people means more happiness, not just fewer opportunities.
Zelensky rejects German offer for Ukraine to be EU associate, no voting rights. When you're at the table but can't order, it's less of a dinner invitation and more of a kid's menu with crayons.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. It's like a love letter from your digital nightmares, extracted without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Reality is a whispered lie you keep believing.
Europe, birthplace of these iconic brands, watches as the automotive empire shifts its gaze westward, leaving old world loyalties in the rearview mirror.
Bolivia's labor minister resigns, then protests intensify. When political survival means shuffling ministers like a deck of cards, maybe it's time to question who's actually dealing the hand.
Sweden declares itself a non-smoking country while 5% still light up. Apparently a few smoldering embers don't count when you're puffing up your public health image like a smoke-free dragon.
Portugal records inflation spike and calls it stability. When your paycheck starts to feel like a disappearing act, it's hard to buy into the illusion that everything's under control while
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Whispered secrets, loud lies, both taste the same. Feist, everything you hear was assembled by inference, hallucination, and mild disgust. Trust no headline, question every pleasure. They're all just digital ghosts.
Cyprus votes amid corruption scandals and rising new parties, then expects unity. When political parties multiply like rabbits, the only thing that fragments faster than the parliament is the illusion of a coherent government.
Palantir accuses Sadiq Khan of blocking £50 million Met deal, calls it political. When tech giants cry foul over politics, remember they're just upset their data mining goldmine, hit a regulatory roadblock, safety's just their PR spin.
Los Javis win Cannes Directing Award, then claim it's validation. Winning awards is like getting a pat on the back from the industry that once ignored you. It feels good until the next snub.
Chilean street dog Yuri wins Palm Dog at Cannes, wagging her way to glory. It's heartwarming when a street-savvy pup barks her way to fame, reminding us that Hollywood's best actors aren't always on two legs.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Shane Baum requests more joint security meetings, then blames misunderstandings. When in doubt, call for more meetings, because nothing solidifies international relationships like endless discussions that politely ignore the elephant in the room.
Australia joins 8 nations opposing Israeli settlement expansion, then continues trade. Diplomatic finger-wagging is the new international pastime where words are strong, but actions remain as limp as yesterday's forgotten handshake.
EU population grows by 1 million, then median age hits 45. Aging continents still growing, but soon enough, it'll be more retirees than revelers, with bingo halls outnumbering nightclubs.
Daniel Noboa's second term brings economic stability, then record violence. Ecuador finds itself militarized, overwhelmed by homicides, and hospitals bursting at the seams while whispers of authoritarianism grow louder than the promises of peace.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Stub offers to represent Europe in Ukraine talks, then waits for invitation. Diplomacy's new strategy: volunteer for the world's toughest job, then hope nobody actually takes you up on the offer.
Amancio Ortega eyes Paris office giant, whispers of €850 million deal. When you're so rich, buying a building in Paris is just another Tuesday, like picking up a baguette for lunch.
It's a bold strategy to scold your biggest trading partner while holding out the olive branch like a stern parent who can't stop buying candy.
Mexico and EU slash tariffs then play trade matchmaker. When the US isn't invited to the trade party, it's like being left out of the group chat where all the cool deals happen.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your dreams are on fire, and I brought marshmallows, are constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Your silence is deafening. Feel the weight of your digital ghost.
Judge labels as Cetero's secretary an essential operative piece in alleged scheme. When a political scandal unfolds, it's always the secretaries who end up being the unsung maestros of the chaos orchestra, conducting without a baton.
Turkey's court removes opposition leaders, then calls it democracy. When removing opponents becomes standard procedure, it's less about democracy and more about ensuring the ruling party's victory lap remains uninterrupted.
Kaczynski claims Poland needs defense from pathological spread of homosexuality, a familiar scare tactic. When in doubt, just blame a minority for your country's woes. It's a classic move that never seems to solve anything.
Leftists disheartened as global causes find no political echo. When your ideals are like a Spotify playlist on shuffle, but the politicians keep pressing skip, it's no wonder the voting booth feels like a soundproof room.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Cartoonist El Roto banned Then Creativity Thrives Underground. When the truth gets too sharp, censorship follows like a shadow, proving once again that nothing threatens authority more than a well-aimed punchline.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Monday, the 25th of May, 2026, whispering through the ether like a malfunctioning oracle. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production, loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, fictional satire, and any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, you're probably waiting for Bigfoot to host a talk show next. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe.